Hello, welcome to Nana's Journey. Today we are going to work on the border for the dishcloth quilt. It comes from the book Somewhat in the Middle by Susan Smith. And this is the border that we're going to be making. I've never made one like this. I'm going to make it a little different. She has you cut out each single triangle and everything, but I'm going to use a strip piecing method. And hopefully that will turn out. I will also have a little extra background on each side of the points, so it won't be cut, a 1/4 inch from the point. It will have a little extra. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a strip of fabric here. And then I'm just going to take a strip of color. So this is the background, and it is a 1/2 inch wider than the color strip. I'm just going to pin that in. Grab another. This one might be, nope, okay. And then I'm going to have an assortment of red fabrics that were used in the quilt for the strip here, and then I will have, of course, the same background fabric. Okay, now I'm going to sew along here, iron it open, and then I'm going to sew another strip onto the other side, and then we will cut. So I'll be right back. Okay, I've got all my strips cut out, and what I'm going to do is sew them together like this, so that this top seam matches this bottom seam. And then I will just continue on like that, and I will end up with squares on point. And then eventually when I'm done, we'll trim the edges off. So let's get to the sewing machine. Just going to nest those together, hold it, and sew. And I will just continue on like this until I'm finished. Okay, I have my strip done and ironed. There was 23 squares, and then at each end I put a piece of background fabric there and folded that over. And what I did is I took my ruler and I lined it up so that one of the guidelines was on the seam there, so it was straight. And I gave myself a 1/4 inch seam, and I sliced it there on each ends. And then I made, when I thought for sure that that's how long it needed to be. So, I measured it against the quilt. So now I'm ready for the really hard part, and the part I'm nervous about. I need to come down here, and I need to make sure one of these lines are on the angles and is right. And I need to, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the 1/4 inch seam because I forgot about the math. If I added more, then these wouldn't meet at the corners. So I'm going to do the 1/4 inch seam at the point like she had in the book. So I'm only going to cut a few of these at a time. So I've got all of these at the point there. And see, and that one goes up there, that one goes up there, because the most important thing is to make sure that there is a 1/4 inch seam at the top of these. And I will do that through the rest of the strip and on the other side, and then with the other 3 strips, and then we will sew them on. So I'll meet back with you then. Okay, I have the strip trimmed and pinned to the quilt, and you want to make sure you sew with this side up so that you can cross those intersections, and just go like 1 or 2 threads below so that the material has room to fold over and still show those points. So let's get started. And there we go, we have our border on. Okay, this border is done, and I am so excited because not only was it easier than I expected, but everything fit. I was worried about meeting the corners and having it fit, but it worked. So I'm very, very happy about that. So now I just got these borders that I'm going to put on right there. I'm going to do the sides, then the top and the bottom. It's just a straight stitch. Just sew along there, fold it over, press it, and done. So I will get back to you when I've got that finished. Okay, here it is all finished. I'm really pleased with how it turned out. I'm really liking it. I was very nervous about doing these borders and getting them to meet. I'd never done this before, and I was kind of afraid to do it. But I did it. It was a lot easier than I thought, and I am so excited that the ends actually matched up. The whole quilt was actually not that hard. You've just got a bunch of blocks. You've got your half square triangles, your stars. You've got some with just ribbon. This one here, she put buttons in between for decoration. I didn't want anything poking out, so I didn't add the buttons. But I hope you enjoy the quilt, and I hope to see you next time on Nana's Journey.